Hello, everybody. This is Ellis Paul. You are listening to Ellis Paul's Traveling Medicine Show here live from Charlottesville, Virginia. Got a special show tonight. Mr. Steve Poltz is going to be here in a moment, around 8:30. He's our special guest, and today we're doing a show on freaks. In the meantime, grab a beverage, put your feet up, let me know where you're from. I'm going to play a little bit of music here to start the show. Hello, Bud Manning. Good to have you here. Let me know where you guys are all from. Nice to have you here again, Bud. Cheers to you. Welcome to the carnival. Tonight's show is going to be songs about outsiders. Folks like us. Although we've currently been insiders for far too long. Pull up a chair, y'all. We're going to start in about 5 minutes.
Nobody on the beach. I feel it in the air. The summer's out of reach. Empty lake, empty street. The sun goes down low. I'm driving by your house.
Here at Apgar is in Allentown tonight. I know the town very well. Had a pierogi or two in Allentown. Stacy Goldie is with us from Alabama. Cheers to you, Stacy. Allison says, that's my hometown. I think she means Allentown. Deb McWethy is there in Venice, Florida. She saw Steve get married on Cayamo. That must have been a crazy night. Brookline, Massachusetts with Rosalind Olick. Good to have you here. Amy Burnett over there in Phoenix, Arizona. Cheers to you, Amy. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm going to start in about 5 minutes, guys. Grab a beverage. Tonight is the freak show night. Carnival, outsiders. You'll see. I love that you cook to my music, Susan. I hope the food is good for your husband and that the music is enjoyable as well. Cheers. Glad to have you here. Ken Stahl is here in Austin. Nice to have you here, Ken. Thanks for joining us. David King is up in Bath, Maine. We got folks from all over the U.S. tonight. It'll be great. Tamara is over there in Evansville, Indiana. Nice to have you here. Tamara? Or is it Tamara? Everyone pronounces that name differently. Mercy Goodwin from Frederick, Maryland is here. And Jill up in Framingham, Mass. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us. Cheers. Please share this show on your Facebook feeds, guys, so we get a bigger crowd. Bill and Woody in Denver, Colorado. Good to have you guys here, as always. Old friends, new friends. We got them all tonight. Liz Masters in Tulsa. Allison is in Nashville but was born and raised in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Jackie is here from Pittsburgh. And Susan Passarella. With a name like that, you'd have to be from Jersey. Glenn Case over there on the western side in Washington State. Brian Warren, Rockford, Illinois. Thanks for joining us, guys. Happy to tell you that we got Steve Poltz coming in tonight. Should be a great show. Dana Prim from Norman, Oklahoma. We love her. And Kathy Mickelson from La Crosse, Wisconsin. Old friend as well. Good to have you guys here. Thank you, Ken. Going to start in a minute, guys. Again, if you can share this Facebook page with your Facebook friends, that would be great. Mo Paul, look at that. Good to see you, Mo. Rose and Paul Libby up in Maine. I even know where folks are. They don't have to tell me. I know where you are. I've got my GPS on all of you. All right. I'm going to bring in the old countdown here and grab a guitar and get ready to put on a show for y'all. We'll see you guys in about 30 seconds. Please do share it on Facebook and elsewhere. Cheers. Hello, everybody. This is Ellis Paul. Welcome to Ellis Paul's Traveling Medicine Show. I'm here in Charlottesville, Virginia tonight, the place that I live. I'm in my guest room / studio / art space. This is kind of where I do all of my creative work. Glad to have you here tonight. We have a special show. Our special guest, Steve Poltz, a wonderful singer-songwriter from the San Diego area, is going to be joining me around 8:30 Eastern time in about a half an hour. Tell your friends, alert your neighbors, grab your guns. It's going to be a shootout. And then this is our show poster for the night, Ellis Paul's Traveling Medicine Show, hosted by me. We're calling a show the Freak Show. We're going to call it Freedom, and then we said Freakdom, and then it eventually ended up being over at the Freak Show. So songs that I have that mention Carnival, a couple popular songs that you might have heard of that you know that mention freaks, songs about outsiders, people maybe even like us who are just never fitting in. Is that you? The first song here I want to do is called The Storyteller Suitcase. It's the title track of an album. It's for songwriters. The reason why I'm including it here is the lines about the one-man circus, the thing you take on the road, the little one-man big top. This is it. It's called The Storyteller Suitcase. Grab a little reverb. Right there. I packed my storyteller's suitcase with a whiskey bottle, a notebook, and my songs. I met bars, stool damsels, tomcats working a midnight scandal. Take me home, brother, trouble will be coming along. If you're gonna ride this gypsy boxcar town to town singing rhymes, just when you think you're gonna lose yourself, you see your name up on a neon sign. He packed a suitcase, whoa, the storyteller's making the round. Oh, he's never gonna settle down. Motels, hotels, 2 a.m. ring the stranger's doorbell. Sleeping like Caesar, sleeping in an old barnyard. You'll meet country stars with mini bars, stowaway women laying back in your car, lovers and brothers woven in a midnight dream. You're gonna ride this poet's highway. Friendships are how you keep score. A song is just a skeleton key. A song is just a skeleton key that can open any palace door. He packed a suitcase, oh, the storyteller's making a round. Oh, he's never gonna settle down. And the town
'cause every year they come back again. And again. Spotlight, it's a sold out night. Others so empty you can't start a fist fight. Then a crowd of angels come waltzing in a concert hall. It's a circus life. You're one man big top, the barker, the lion, the flames. You fall into a hotel pillow just hoping they'll remember your name. You packed a suitcase. Oh, the storyteller's making the round. Oh, it's never gonna settle down.
All right, that was the Storyteller's Suitcase. If you are a freak like me, you are someone that's always basically functioned off the arts. Like that's where your oxygen is. If you could get like a little tube going into your bloodstream, that's how it works. If you're somebody like me, and maybe you are, maybe you guys love songs the way I love songs. I want to play you a song I've never played. I'm not sure that I've ever played this. I might have played it on the show once, but it is about an actual circus freak, and it's a song I wrote. And I haven't recorded it. It's not on an album or anything. I wrote it as a songwriting exercise for my songwriting classes that I do online. And it's about the tattoo lady. We had a bunch of songwriting, subject matters that had something to do with this with the circus. Everybody got a prompt. Sometimes it was a tiger, sometimes it was a lion, sometimes it was a clown, and the one that I took was this tattoo lady. So let's try this. See if I know it. We'll find out.
I am the canvas, a portrait in madness. I let the needle prick my skin. I am a painting, a story in waiting. Turn on the buzz and let the ink kick in. 'Cause it's show time. I'm the painted lady, the circus freak. And it's no crime to gaze at the spectacle of my physique. Drawn with the current, rising round my calf, my thigh. I likeness of Moses in a sea of roses, holding the staff up to the sky. 'Cause it's show time. I'm the painted lady, I'm the circus freak. And it's no crime to gaze at the spectacle of my physique. Gentlemen, the voice of the great master calls. The tattoo lady will light the fuse of the human cannonball, and the lights go down, and there's not a sound. It's just another toy.
on my shoulder. I can hold her when I close my arms. There is a gangster, he is a prankster, hanging with a pistol like a necklace charm. 'Cause it's show time, I'm the pretty lady, the circus freak, it's no crime to gaze at the spectacle of my physique. Is the Tattoo Lady. You know, I've been putting together a lot of new songs, maybe for a new record, and I was thinking that maybe I would include that. Let me know your thoughts in the chat room. I like playing it and I like singing it. I don't know if I'm personally connected to the song that much because it doesn't really have anything. Well, maybe it does have something to do. They all have something to do with me. Even if you're writing about somebody else, you end up writing yourself into the characters, no matter what you do. But there you have it. That's the Tattoo Lady. How about those people that feel like they're just missing something? Or is that you? Is that one of you folks? I bet a lot of you are like that. I know that I am. You're just not good enough, never quite smart enough, never quite brave enough. This is a song for you. Maybe I'll put this with this on. This is for the outsiders. You know who you are, the kids that were left out on the playground. Try it again. I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. In my head, I'd be scratching and my thoughts were busy hatching if I only had a brain. I'd unravel every riddle for any individual in trouble or in pain. With the thoughts I'd be thinking I could be another Lincoln if I only had a brain. Could tell you why the ocean's near the shore. I could think of things I never thought before, and I would sit and think some more. I would not just be a nothing, my head all full of stuffing, my heart all full of pain. I would dance and be merry, I would be a ding-a-dairy if I only had a brain. When a man's an empty kettle, he should be on his mettle, and yet I'm torn apart. Just because I'm presuming that I could be kind of human if I only had a heart. I'd be tender, I'd be gentle, and awful sentimental, regarding love and art. I'd be friends with the sparrows and the boy who shoots the arrows if I only had a heart. Picture me on a balcony, above a voice sings so low, wherever art thou, Romeo? I hear a beat, how sweet, just to register emotion, jealousy, devotion, and really feel a part. I could stay young and chipper, and I'd lock it with a zipper if I only had a heart. Life is sad, believe me, missy, when you're born to be a sissy without the vim and verve. But I could change my habits, never more be scared of rabbits, if I only had a nerve. I'm afraid there's no denying I'm just a dandelion, a fate I don't deserve. But I could show my prowess, be a lion, not a mouse, if I only had the nerve. Oh, I'd be on my stride, a king down to the core. I would roar the way I've never roared before, and then I'd woof and roar some more. I would show the dinosaurus who's king around the forest, a king they better serve. Why, with my regal beezer, I could be another Caesar if I only had the nerve. If I only had the heart. If I only had a brain. Ever feel that way? I was feeling that way as I was getting lost in the sheet. But I love that song, I gotta say. That song is something very, very special. If you're just joining us here tonight is our Freak Show night. We are going to the carnival with our dear friend Steve Poltz, who'll be showing up around 8:30. Please take good care of him in the tip jar tonight. We'll be sharing his Venmo and PayPal. And thank you, folks, for giving me love in the tip jar as well. This is how we make our living in the great pandemic of 2020, 2021. Hopefully not 2022. Let's get this thing over with already. Hey, for those of you who are just joining us, again, this is Ellis Paul's Traveling Medicine Show. Happens every single Friday night forever. And today's show is called Freak Show. We're doing songs about outsiders. We just did all the 3 outsiders that could not fit in from The Wizard of Oz, the Tin Man, and the Scarecrow, and the Cowardly Lion. And I also did a song about a tattoo lady and a traveling folk musician. God knows we are the freaks of all freaks. Let's see. I tell you what, while we got you here, I'm going to do a popular song about outsiders as well. Let me see if I can get this one going. I won't even tell you the name of it. Cheers to you all. Thank you again for joining me on a Friday night. I love you guys. Oh, by the way, before we move on to this song, I just want to share one more thing. Sunday night, check this out. I'm doing American Jukebox Fables. And I want to give a big shout out of love to Mr. Bill Ely for the tingle in the jingle, I should say. Tingle. Well, it makes me tingle. The jingle in the tip jar. Thank you, sir. Hey, on Sunday night, I am doing the whole album, American Jukebox Fables, on the Patreon Sunday night show. I'm going to do a few songs on Facebook in front of everybody, and then we shut down those places, and we stay there on Patreon. So join Patreon if you'd like to be part of that show. Songs like Home, Alice's Champagne Palace, they're all going to be done that night. Let's try this one. When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so freaking special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I want to have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to notice when I'm not around. You're so freaking special. I wish I was special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Ooh, she's running out the door. She's running out. She runs. She runs. Oh, she runs. Whatever makes you happy, whatever you want. You're so freaking special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong here. I don't belong here. I don't belong. I don't belong. Ending with that ninth chord again, the chord of optimism. Hey, all right. That was Creep by Radiohead. Love. That song is so freaking awesome. Glad to have you guys here. If you're just joining us, Steve Poltz is going to be here in just a few minutes. He's recording an album with the Wood Brothers. I think they might be in Nashville. They might be on the West Coast. Who the hell knows? But he should be showing up. He's going to be doing the show from his cell phone wherever the traveling man is. Let's do maybe one more here. Let's see. Let's do... This one mentions Freaks. It was a hit in the 60s for CSN. Almost cut my hair. It happened just the other day. It was getting kinda long. Could've said it wasn't my way, but I didn't. And I wonder why I feel like letting my freak flag fly. Yes, I feel like I owe it to someone. Must be 'cause I had the flu for Christmas, and I'm feeling up to par. And it easing my paranoia, like looking in a mirror and seeing a police car. But I'm not giving in an inch to my fear, 'cause I promised myself this year, yes, I feel like I owe it to someone. When I finally get myself together, gonna get down to the sunny southern weather, and I find a place inside to laugh and separate the wheat from the chaff. Oh, I feel like I owe it to someone. I feel like I owe it to someone. Almost cut my hair. It happened just the other day. It was getting kinda long. Could have said it was in my way. I almost cut my hair. Almost cut my hair. Almost cut my hair. All right, that was by CSN. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Do you know which of the three sang that song? I'll give you a hint. It was the C. David Crosby. We'll set this aside. I'm going to do one more song before we bring in my dear friend Steve Poltz, who's waiting in the wings. So glad to have him here. Haven't seen him in ages. And here's another outsider song. This one is a song I wrote a while ago about a guy named Tony Lombardi, dear friend of mine. He passed away not too long ago. He had a lot of drug issues. He was a sound guy at the Rat in Boston, which is back in the heyday of the 80s and 90s. It was Boston's greatest rock club. And he would sort of be the drug connection to all of the bands that came through Boston. He got in a lot of trouble over the years because of that, with his own problems. Took him a long time to clean up, but he had a healthy, clean life in the last 30 years before he passed away. Beautiful guy. He was sort of the king of Martha's Vineyard. So this is an outsider song about a guy with some drug issues. And just one other reference in the song that I'd like to point out. The bridge talks about who rolled the joint when Bob Dylan got high with the Beatles. And that guy was a guy named Al Aronowitz. I actually met him in the 90s. Al used to write for the New York Post, and he's the guy that hooked up Bob Dylan and the Beatles when the Beatles got high for the very first time. He makes an appearance on the bridge of this, and I'd be wrong for me not to give him a shout out during this. This goes out to Tony Lombardi, the memory of the sweetest man on earth. This is called All My Heroes Were Junkies. Back in 1968, I did shots with the Doors at the Whiskey A Go-Go. It was on one of them hot Hollywood summer nights. And Jimmy came in with those tight leather slacks. It was hot as hell, but we were drinking Jack, and his eyes were like quarters, round and black, when he stepped under the stage lights. And I had pawned my only camera. I had no way to record all of these fleeting Kodak moments that sprung to life each and every Saturday night. I was too far gone back then to have known it. All my heroes were junkies. Now all my heroes are dead. My friends, they tell me, Tony, consider yourself lucky to be a junkie in a hospital bed. You know, Judy Garland never showed up when I took a walk in the land of Oz, though a cop did on a purple horse one morning. He asked me why I was staggering. I said because the wizard never gave me no Surgeon General's warning. All my heroes were junkies. Now all my heroes are dead. My friends, they say, Tony, consider yourself lucky to be a junkie in a hospital bed. Who rolled the joint when Bob Dylan got high with the Beatles? Who put my world on pins and I tell the nurses they should do something with the ceiling at the rehab ward, like paint a fresco to the late great Betty Ford. They come in and make their jokes about pulling out the power cords. I say, could you tell me something I didn't already know? All my heroes were junkies. Now all my heroes are dead. My friends say, Tony, consider yourself lucky to be a junkie in a hospital bed. In a hospital bed. That was All My Heroes Were Junkies. That's back on an album I did in like 1998. God, can you imagine? That's a whole century ago. You see my friend Steve Poltz is sitting in the background waiting patiently. I'm just going to kind of get geared up here for Steve's presence here. Let me make sure I've got all these things right, all these audio things right. Hey, looks like we're good. Everybody, I met Steve several years ago and every time I hang out with him, it's so much fun. He's just one of a kind, so creative and so enthusiastic about being alive, and he has a lot of reasons to be enthusiastic about being alive because he's come close to not being alive. So I'm thrilled to have him here in full force. This is Mr. Steve Poltz.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, man. Thanks for doing the show. Great to see you.
You too. You sound great. That was such a cool song. I was rocking to it.
All right. Good. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, I played the Rat when I was in the Harburgs. Yeah.
Wow.
back in the day. And I probably met that guy.
Yeah, he was sort of like, he looked like the Buddha, bald hair, just a heavier guy, and
Yeah.
he ran the sound quite a lot, and then he went to Martha's Vineyard, and he actually became pretty famous for running an AIDS camp for children. He was on Oprah. Yeah, just turned his life completely around. But he told me about one night when he, after a show, he was out of his mind, drunk and high. He got in his car and he hit every single car parked along the side of Commonwealth Avenue for like a mile. It was just like just crazy, like a pinball just going all the way down. He said another good story from him was once he woke up, he was sleeping in his place in Boston on a mattress on the floor like most sound guys do in their 20s. And he went to bed late at night completely out of his mind. He woke up and everything in the apartment was gone except for the mattress he was sleeping on.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's tough. Those days. Not easy. Never had those kind of days, but I had some days where, I've had to curtail drinking occasionally and look at myself and say, you should take some time off from that. So how are you doing, man? Are you in Nashville? Are you home? Where are you?
I'm home in Nashville right now. And
Awesome.
we just had a cool snowstorm and it was so fun. I hope it snows one more time. Everybody was sledding in our neighborhood. And for one day, nobody was talking politics. We were just all on this hill that became a makeshift ski slope. And people brought out snowboards and they were using laundry baskets as sleds, just anything. And it was
nice.
People were handing out hot chocolate. It was the coolest thing ever. And then the snow all melted and it's gone. But for a while, it was awesome. But things are good, man. I'm having fun. And
you're working on a new album?
I'm
doing it.
Yeah, I put out a new single called Quarantine Blues. And
so good, by the way.
Thank
I love
you
it
so much. So I did that, and I'm making a record right now with my friends, the Wood Brothers, and they're really great. They're here in Nashville. I don't know if you know them at all, but they're wonderful.
Yeah. Well, I know of them. They're brilliant musicians, so you're in really good hands. It's going to be a great album, I'm sure. And to anybody, it's the Quarantine Blues. Is that the name of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you check it out on YouTube, guys. It's the funniest. I mean, if you want to laugh at the pandemic and get a good laugh in, you gotta check the song out. And the way it was recorded was great too. I mean, the tone on your voice and the guitars was just really, really sweet. So whoever engineered did a great job.
That was Jeff Berkeley, and he's great.
Yeah. He's a California guy, percussion player and songwriter.
Yeah, he won Kerrville New Folk years ago, way long ago. And he has a studio he runs with Jason Mraz at Mraz's house in San Diego. So I was in San Diego this summer a lot because I was with my dad. And so I went up to Mraz's studio. I had my dad record a poetry CD of my dad's poems, spoken word. And then I had written Quarantine Blues. So I went up there and Jason plays keys and Berkeley plays electric. And man, we just had that live sound, of what we were going for. Because the song doesn't have a chorus. And so that was my exercise that day. Write a song without a chorus.
And it's funny because you change the timing of every single there's a little tagline that happens and you change it every time. It's so funny to hear the evolution of the tagline and how you deliver it. It's so great. I'm going to let you do a couple songs and then I'll break back in and we'll talk a little bit more and then do a couple more. Is that cool?
Oh, that'd be great, man. Thanks for having me on.
I'm so thrilled. Yeah, you guys are going to love him. This is Steve Poltz. I'll see you in a couple songs.
Okay, here goes. You're about to watch a show starring me. I don't know what you're about to hear or see. The truth is I have no plan at all. There's a good chance that off this stage I'll fall. My body ain't quite what it used to be. My hair ain't the color it once was. My style icon is Emmylou Harris, mixed with a little Don Was. I lie on stage, I lie in songs, I lay my troubles down. Hey, stick it out with me, kid, I mean, what else is there to do in this godforsaken, deep-fried bacon town? Yeah, you bought the tickets, you paid the cash, you got in the car, you moved your ass. You brought a friend or an awkward date to something you love that they're probably gonna hate. It's music, sweet music. I'm emo, I'm screamo, I'm country and I'm folk Americana. If you want, I'm old-fashioned, but I'm woke. I'm everything to everyone. I'm Buddhist and I'm Jesus too. Don't panic, I'm organic. I'm too scared to be satanic, but mostly I'm just here to sing for you. Well, I played a lot of shows across this world, but tonight's the best I've ever played. I'm handing you a pearl. My G-string might snap in two. My face might turn from red to white to blue. But it's not because I'm dying, hey, I'm just patriotic. Well, we all connect like Legos, yeah, we all are symbiotic. I die on stage, I die in songs, I throw my troubles down. Hey, stick it out with me, kid, I mean, what else is there to do in this craft beer making, earthquake shaking town? Yeah, you bet the tickets, you paid the cash, you got in the car, you moved your ass. You brought a friend or an awkward date to something you love that they're definitely gonna hate. Well, it's music, sweet music. I'm emo, I'm screamo, I'm Grateful Dead post-stroke. Americana if you want, I'm old-fashioned, but I'm broke. I'm everything to everyone, I'm Jesus and I'm Buddha too, don't panic. I'm organic, I'm too scared to be satanic, but mostly I'm just here to sing for you. Well, I know what you're thinking, what the hell? This guy just wrote a whole entire song about a ounce out. And the truth is, I do it all the time. Well, for me, it's therapeutic, and I hope that you don't mind. Well, I probably owe you money because you're my therapist, but I'm kind of like your escort away from all of this. I cry on stage, I cry in songs, I try to work it out. Hey, stick it out with me, kid, I mean, what else is there to do? And this hemp clothes making, tincture taking, sourdough baking, late day waking, spare change taking, traffic making, release the kraken, I must be in the wrong town. Yeah, you bought the tickets, you paid the cash, you got in the car and you moved your ass. You brought a friend or an awkward date to something you love that I hope they don't hate. It's music, sweet music. I'm emo, I'm screamo, I'm country and I'm folk Americana. If you want, I'm old-fashioned, but I'm woke. I'm everything to everyone, I'm Jesus and I'm Buddha too. Don't panic, I'm organic, too scared to be satanic, but mostly I'm just here to sing for you. Yeah, tonight at the Ellis Pulse show, I'm here to sing for you. Oh, mostly I'm just here to sing for you. Ta-da! This is cool. People were tipping me during it, and thank you. I saw tips coming across the screen whilst playing. And you know what I was thinking? I didn't know I was going to make any money doing this. That made me even feel better. I'm going to buy a veggie burrito. Get it delivered, maybe even. So that last song is called Wrong Town. This is called Stardust and Satellites. Where's the heat when you need it? It's colder than it should be. I remove the AC from my window. I want to sweat you out of me. I was dreaming down my own path, like a drunken butterfly. Put me back in my cocoon. I wanna sleep it off tonight. Why not? Is what I thought. I can always move again. Stardust and satellites, we're all made of moving parts and broken hearts, and we're all just floating. Where's a friend when you need one? I'm older than I should be. Maybe I should have stayed in California. It's pretty much its own country. I was dreaming down my own path, like a ragged raconteur. Put me back in my old cell, where I know I'll get the cure. Why not? It's what I thought. I can always move again. Stardust and satellites, we're all made of moving parts and broken hearts, and we're all just floating. Take a page from a new book, a shot of something pure. Take a picture of a memory. Chances are it's blurred.
Beautiful song, man. Nice guitar arrangement there. I like that line where you're going up and hitting those fat chords, barred.
Thanks, buddy. I wrote that with a good friend of mine named Anthony DaCosta.
Yeah, I know Anthony DaCosta. What a great musician he is.
He's so good, and he's such a good friend. And
he does everything well. He plays he's producing a lot as well, I hear these days.
Great producer. He's going down the rabbit hole of having a studio in his house, and he keeps buying new stuff, and he's spending money on it. And he'll drive to Kentucky to pick up like some keyboard from the 70s or something. People that get into that,
It's an endless. It's just crazy. I'm trying to keep everything like that at bay because I'm getting to the point where I'm doing the same thing. And
really, I can't do it.
It's tough not to because you just want those tones, and you can't get them unless you get the real thing.
Man, people were tipping me during that song. Did you know that?
Well, that's the deal. Everybody that takes really good care of the guests here. And
who are these people?
You know,
people. What do you mean, you people?
They're just crazy outsider freaks like us who love this kind of music, and they are people that come up. You know, they're here every week. This crowd, it's great. I've done over 200 shows online since March. Yeah, these live stream shows. I do 3 a week now, and
what?
Yeah, it's a lot, right? And these guys are here every show, which is super. In fact, a lot of them saw your wedding to Sharon on the boat.
Oh, on Cayamo.
Yeah. We got some Cayamo people here.
Yeah, I've done that a few times in a row. That was fun. I've done that 3 years in a row, the last 3 years. It's been so fun, and I got married on it, and my dad was there. He got to see it before he passed away, and I brought him on a cruise, and it was so cool having my dad there, and he sat next to Al Jardine because Brian Wilson was there playing, so that was cool. Al Jardine was at my wedding.
Wow. How did Brian sound? Was it amazing?
Stunning.
Yeah.
Stunning. It was so good. His band, the way he recreates stuff, you know, he doesn't really do a lot. He kind of sits in the middle and listens to his songs, and he has a piano and he plays it a bit every once in a while and sings a bit. But basically, he's got the best people that can recreate his songs. Like Al Jardine's son does all the high parts. Like, wouldn't it be nice if we were lonely? And his son can sing those parts beautifully. And so it was great. You know? God Only Knows is probably the best song ever written. You know, I agree with you. Kills me. I agree with you, you know, and I saw him on the elevator and he was in his wheelchair, and I got in and he just happened to be going up to his suite that I was in the suite too, because since I got married, they upgraded me to the suite next to Brian Wilson's. They gave me like the best seat. The guy, Andy Cohen, who puts on the thing who puts on Kayama was flying out, and he gave us his room for the last 4 nights. So I went, it was like, that's sweet. It was like, we're moving on up. And so we went from down in the bowels of the ship to the top. Right. And we had like the greatest suite in the world. And next thing I knew, I was on the elevator with Brian Wilson. Wow. And he goes, "You got married. Good job." You know? Oh, really? That's incredible. Oh, that's so cool, man. Yeah, it was really awesome. Neat. Hey, I want to thank Linda and Frank for the love in the tip jar tonight. Thank you guys for spreading the support that way. Steve, I'm going to leave you for a couple more songs, and I'll circle back after. And I can't wait to hear you sing, because those 2 I saw were great. Oh, thanks. Almost cut my hair, man. Yeah, right. Great song, huh? That was dope the way you played it on that banjo-looking thing. Yeah, it's a banjo-looking thing, isn't it? It's not quite a banjo. It's a banjo. It's cool. It's got a good banjo. Tone. It does. It's kind of like a toy almost, but it's a banjo guitar hybrid, you know. So I can play all of my funky chords, and you look so handsome in your vest with the tie. You got a good hair day, everything. Yeah, you know, it's like sing like a hobo, but dress like an accountant. That's the motto over here at the House of Ellis. I love it. All right, brother. I'll see you in a couple songs. You're on. Feel free to do a couple songs. Or just stare. Can you see me? I see you. Should I do something? Yeah, you should do a couple songs. Oh, again? Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. Oh, and if you have them, and if you got a split, that's cool too. Whatever. No, I'm so stoked. Okay, I thought you were gonna. I thought is he stoned or am I? That's what I was thinking. Like, it might be me. All right, I'm gonna remove myself. I'll come back in 2 songs, okay? And I'm just sitting there looking at everybody like this. To me. It was awesome. I'll see you in a minute. All right, this is called Frenemy, and I just wrote it, so I want to make sure I'm perfectly in tune for you guys. Because if your low C goes out, it makes for not a good experience. Cool. Here goes. Frenemy. She was in the Kierkegaard and I was sitting in her yard, and we were talking all about a leap of faith. She put on some Shostakovich, but her humming was so out of pitch, just like a piece of metal on a spinning lathe. And I told her I'd always be a friend. She told me she loved me till the end. Frenemy, enemy, you're a friend to me till you set me free. Don't ever let me be. I told her that I studied Freud, but somehow I was unemployed, and that's the reason that I started shooting dope. She told me that old Jean-Paul Sartre was like a piece of abstract art, a Marxist at the end of his philosopher's rope. I told her I'd always be a friend. She told me she loved me till the end. Frenemy, enemy, you're a friend to me till you set me free. Don't ever let me be. She was prolific just like Sophocles, comedic like Euripides. She kept me like a hobbit underneath her bed. She danced just like Baryshnikov while holding a Kalashnikov. She fed my habit to me, I was almost dead. I told her I'd always be a friend. She told me she loved me till the end. Frenemy, enemy, you're a friend to me till you set me free. Don't ever let me go. So Taylor just gave me this guitar because this one has this hole in it, and Bob Taylor had given me this guitar like 20 years ago. It was new, and he had flown me out to Nashville to play the NAMM show. And so I wanted this guitar. It was on the wall. He said, play any guitar you want. He said, not this one. The woods don't match. It's a piece of crap. It's going to be sent back and taken apart and just used for spare parts. And it was like a dog at a dog pound, and it was going to get killed. And I said, what? So I played this guitar even though he told me not to, because I have ODD, which is oppositional defiance disorder. And so at the end of the thing, he gave me this guitar. And then he kept trying to give me another guitar. He's always trying to give me guitars and I don't want them. And so he called me in the other day. I was in San Diego for something and he called me in. It was like going to the principal's office and he forced this brand new guitar on me. And he said, you have to take it. And I didn't want it, but I did because he was mad at me for always just playing Smokey Joe. This is Smokey Joe. So I was like, cool, I can keep this down and drop C tuning really low. And this one is going from all different kinds of tunings all the time. So that was cool. So I thank them for that. I had this Taylor I bought years ago when I was in the Rug Burns. This one is called Flower Pot. And it's got a Guinness cap glued on it. And my drummer, Stinky, who was in the Rug Burns with me, when we actually played the Rat, he used to play his drumsticks on this. And one night I kicked a hole through the side right here. And I was really drunk, and I poured a pint of Guinness into the sound hole and then drank it out of this hole that was in here. So it was just ruined, and they fixed it. And they've always taken such good care of me, those guys, because they're San Diegans. But I just got this guitar recently from this guy named Baird. And I had played the Fayetteville Roots Festival. So I threw it in this weird tuning because Jerry Reed used to hang out with Chet Atkins, and Chet Atkins would give him strange tunings and give him like, hey, write a song in this tuning and see what you come up with, because Jerry Reed and Chet Atkins were good friends. And so Jerry Reed, as the story goes, wrote the tuning down wrong. And so he wrote a song called Steeplechase Lane, which I learned, but I'm not going to do it. But I learned it. And then the tuning is D, G, D, E. Back in high school, I loved you, but I didn't have the courage to tell you, 'cause I was high on Quaaludes and listening to Foreigner. We'd hang out at the swap meet and walk around in bare feet. The Boone's Farm wine was so bittersweet. Oh. My sister's best friend, Arcel, would never wear a bra. And it was 1974. And I was 14 years old. From the next room I'd eavesdrop and peek in at Darcel in her tank top. They talk about the boys non-stop. Oh, up with people. You meet them wherever you go. Up with people. They're the best kind of folks we know. My sister taught me how to smoke weed before she joined up with people. She left me all her rolling papers, so I joined up with people too. Smoked so much dope I saw double. Saw Santa Claus in my urine bubbles. He said, you've been a bad boy, you're in lots of trouble. Up with people, you meet them wherever you go. Up with people, they're the best kind of folks we know. Huh. I drove a brown Dodge Demon. Had a Filipino girlfriend too. She'd have me over for lumpia. She had 8 brothers and sisters, they were cool. I don't mean to be facetious, but we weren't afraid of diseases. We both got saved by Jesus. So up with people. You meet them wherever you go. Up with people. They're the best kind of folks we know. Back in high school, I loved you, but I didn't have the courage to tell you, 'cause I was high on testosterone and listening to Styx.
God, that, we housed people from Up With People when they came through my town.
Oh, yeah.
We had like 3 Up With People slept in our basement.
Oh, cool.
Is that what you're referencing? Are you referencing that group?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 1976, my sister went away with Up With People. And
she probably slept at my place.
They might have. And then in 78, I did it after that. And so I was referencing the whole thing. So what happened was I played classical guitar in high school, but I was really into like Foreigner and Styx too. But I played classical guitar and I was in choir. I was in the Madrigals. We were like the top singing group. The Madrigals were like 12 people. We would travel. And I was also on the wrestling team and then the hiking club, and I was in drama in plays. And so Up With People came, and my sister was in it. And then I said, "Hey, you guys." Because I went through puberty really late. So I said, "Hey, you guys, can I join?" And they said, "Well, what can you do, kid?" And so I played Romanza, like this, that song. I had the footstool because I would read music, and I was like, that song, And so I did that song, and they were like, "Yeah, man, let's play something else. Can you sing something?" So I sang and played a song. So I got to be in the band, and we went out to Tucson. I lived in Tucson for like 6 weeks with the host family. And then there's different casts that went, like some went to Europe, some went around the US and Canada. And I was lucky enough to be in the Latin American cast. So we went and lived in Mexico and in Argentina. And we sang, instead of Up With People, we sang Viva la Gente, Viva la Gente. But we would also did some shows in Arizona and Texas. And then we would sing Up With People. And we did some in Dallas. But it was so long ago. And that sort of taught me about like traveling, and we were on a bus the whole time, 2 different buses, and loading in. And then you got to do PR to advance the show one time in the year. And so I got to do PR in Mexico City, and I lived, with this family. It was super cool. And so that was kind of
crazy.
That's why I just wrote that song, because I was going through these memories of my sister teaching me how to smoke weed. And then we were like born again. We went through that born again Christian phase. I don't know if you went through that, like where
I was just born
really
into
Catholic.
it.
I was raised really Catholic and was an altar boy and everything. But then I was like, I would fake speak in tongues and shit, because we would go with my sister and Darcel, and I'd be like, blah, blah, blah. But it was pretty cool.
I cannot believe you were in Up With People. That blows my mind.
It was insane. And it was
amazing.
Fun because the band was like really good. And I played acoustic guitar. But our big hit we were doing, because it was 1978, was Disco Inferno. Remember that song? Burn, baby, burn.
Yeah.
Disco Inferno.
I haven't done that on the show, but
we were doing shows every night, and we would like totally mess with people, because like you'd put baby powder on the drummer's thing, so when he came out, he'd hit the drum, and then it'd be like, like you just learned all these silly games, and then you'd have cast romances, and it was the first time I ever really saw gay people. Was like, I was in Argentina and I stayed with these 2 guys, and they were like, "No, we're just roommates." Because back in 78, you wouldn't people weren't out in the crowd, right?
Yeah.
So I remember I stayed with these 2 guys, and I'm like, that's cool. They're still roommates, and they're like 50-year-old men. Like I didn't have a clue. It was so funny. Oh man,
that is crazy.
And there was this 40-year-old lady that lived above them, and I was like 18 years old. Yeah, I was like 18, and they're all, "Hey, our friend wants to sleep with you." And so we're in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and they're all, "Tomorrow when you go on a walk with her, she's going to take you out for coffee and just say, 'Would you like to go to a hotel with me?'" And I'm like, I'm 18 years old. I'm like barely not a virgin, because I went through puberty really late, but I obviously wasn't a total virgin. But so I go for a walk with her.
Wait, how much of a virgin were you?
Well, like I wasn't a virgin. So
a virgin.
Yeah. So I go for a walk.
Not that I want details.
I go for a walk with her in whatever their Central Park is in Buenos Aires. I can't remember, but it was near Avenida 9 de Julio and that in the center. So I'm for a walk with this woman, and she's like 40 years old, but and she's really like well put, beautiful, just like very of the world. Yeah. And so they taught me how to say, "Would you like to go with me to this cheap, tawdry, hourly motel?" Which is how you say that is, "¿Quieres venir conmigo a alojamiento?" And alojamiento is like a hotel you rent out by the hour, because most people in Argentina live with their families forever. It's like a Latin thing. And if you're like a 40-year-old dude, you might still live with your family if you're not married. So they need hotels to go to consummate their relationships. So I was like, what do I say? And they were teaching me. I've never forgotten this. We're drinking mate, and we're in Buenos Aires, and like, "¿Quieres?" And obviously they were using the theta, because in Argentina you're using the theta. Like instead of ellos no quieren, you'd say ellos no quieren. And it's similar to maybe in Madrid, where you might say gracias. So they said, "¿Quieres venir conmigo a alojamiento?" So I'm walking with this woman in the park, and I go, "¿Quieres venir conmigo a alojamiento?" And she goes, "Sí." And so we go to this place, and there's like a window and like a hole in the window, and the dude, you give him whatever Argentina's money is, and he gives you like a towel and some condoms and stuff. And then you go up to this room, and the bed was circular with a mirror on the ceiling. So we go up there, bada bing, bada bang, everything happens. And then this is the best part. We're laying in bed together, and I'm like, I can only say like, "¿Quieres venir conmigo a alojamiento?" and "¿Dónde está el baño?" So I'm like running out of conversation, and she speaks no English. So we're in bed, and on the tape machine playing is a loop of Gilbert O'Sullivan playing "Alone Again Naturally" and "Claire." Those two songs back to back. And "Alone Again Naturally" is a jaunty song, but it's actually about suicide when you listen to it. Yeah, so it's like, sad. "In a little while from now, if I'm not feeling ill, I promise myself to treat myself and visit a nearby tower, climbing to the top, throw myself off in an effort to make it clear to anyone whose heart has been broken, leaving me to think on a world so sadly broken, alone again naturally." And then "Claire," about a dude who sleeps with the babysitter. "Claire, the moment I met you, I swear." So it was sort of apropos in an ironic, weird way. And then I left there, and then I come home, and the two gay guys I'm living with, which I don't know they're gay, are like, "Well, how'd it go?" And then the lady comes down, and we're all talking. My face is turning 50 shades of red. It was great. So Up With People helped me a lot.
I guess it did. That didn't happen in Presque Isle when they came to my house. Nobody got laid that I know of. Oh, what a small world, man. Hey, I wanted to mention, I have a friend, Shannon Address, that did a tribute video for you.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, I just want to make sure you saw it. And, yeah,
she took
if you guys...
my songwriting class at Folks Fest in Lyons, Colorado, a couple of years ago.
I can see that you had some impact on her. She's very, very funny. And,
I've ruined her from ever getting...
In a good way. Not like you did the woman in Buenos Aires, but you ruined her.
So how old would she be today? Because she'd be 21 years older than me. I'm 61. She'd be 83.
Yeah. You should look her up.
Yeah, she'd be 83. That'd be cool.
Oh, man, that's amazing. Hey, man, thanks for coming to the show. I want to have you back at some point in a few months.
Oh, dude, it was so fun.
Yeah, it's great to see you. I
should have done Quarantine Blues. I'm sorry I didn't do that.
I sent everybody to YouTube for it, so they'll see it over there.
Well, good. This was a blast. And
yeah, great to see you, man. Give Sharon my love, and I hope we get some face-to-face sometime soon.
We will. It's all going to happen. I promise you.
It's only going in one direction.
Peace be with you.
All right, brother. Love you. We'll see you soon.
Okay.
Cheers. And what can I say? That's Steve Poltz, the full-on magic of Mr. Steve Poltz. Thank you guys for joining. I had a bunch of folks, Betty Joe, and it came on the screen and then it came off the screen. So thank you for the tip jar love today. Thank you for supporting Steve, being on the show. I want to make sure that all of the special guests are being treated well. We want to have them back. And we're talking about doing a anniversary show, a ticketed big anniversary show in May for the Traveling Medicine Show. And we will bring some of the best characters who've appeared on the show over the year into that show and have a big extravaganza, like a 4-hour festival of the Traveling Medicine Show. So that's going to happen in May. And I hope you guys will stick around. Listen, on Sunday night, I'm doing this. I'm playing American Jukebox Fables. It's an album I put out 20 years ago. And maybe not even 20 years ago, maybe 18 years ago. It was on Rounder Records. And it has songs like, let me see if I can get Steve's banner off of there. Home, Alice's Champagne Palace. Do you guys have this record? Take All the Sky You Need, Kiss the Sun. I'm going to be doing that album from start to finish on Sunday night. It's the Patreon, it's the Patreon Sunday night show. I'll do a few songs publicly for you, and then the rest will conclude over on Patreon. So just join. It's only $1 a month if you're interested in my music and my art, in these live streams and the songs I'm producing, the old songs, the new songs, and the artwork that I do, any of that stuff. Please head on over there. Tonight was the Freak Show with Mr. Steve Poltz. I'm just going to do a couple more songs for you. I thought I'd do this one. This is called The Mean World. This is the song I wrote for 2020 to kiss it goodbye. Let's see if I can get this thing done. Oh, I can take these things off, which is great. Lovely to have you all here tonight. Just one more time, if you guys are interested in Patreon, this is what you get. All that stuff that you see there, live shows. This show will be archived there for eternity. 1,000 years from now, Martians will look up YouTube and they won't be able to find it because it's not there. It's because it's over on Patreon. And again, it's like the Netflix of Ellis Paul. It starts at just $1. But I have people paying as much as $800. People that I write with every week. People that I do house concerts for. Got nearly 1,000 people over there. I'm so happy with how it's going over there. And thank you, guys, those of you that are part of it. All right, this is Mean World. This is the story of 2020, the tragedy that brought to many. You count your blessings when you're down to pennies, wondering when the world broke down. January, Meg and Harry left with all that they could carry. Congress spoke in the year of the hoax. They impeached the insomniac. And the news on the wire sang like a choir of a flu in China. And I was on fire, sat up in bed with a storm in my head that felt like a panic attack. It's a mean world, a dream world, enough to make you scream world. The innocence we lost ain't coming back. And it's a sea change so strange. Every life gets rearranged. Don't know how this world that I'm back, but I ain't going back. February, we were all canaries, living in a coal mine, dark and scary. The boombox said, don't have a coronary, I've got this under control. But the market crashed in March, a whiplash. You better hide your toilet paper stash. You might have to use up all your spare cash. We're in for a big shit show, 'cause it's a mean world.
world, a dream world, enough to make you scream world. The innocence we lost ain't coming back. And it's a sea change so strange. A year of your life gets rearranged. Don't know how this world got out of whack, but I ain't going back. April 2nd, the virus was quick and we zoomed, we primed, we watched Netflix. Murder hornets and tiger kings, Mr. Grouchy and Fauci and Lord of the Rings. Mayday, Mayday, I cannot breathe. When will it change? The gates give in, the crowd rushes in, they burn the theater down. It's a mean world, a dream world, enough to make you scream world. The innocence we lost ain't coming back. And it's a sea change so strange. A year of your life gets rearranged. Don't know how this world got out of whack, but I ain't going back. June, July, the streets came alive with tear gas and no-class thugs in disguise. You can pose with your Bible, truth never lies, neither does science despite you. August, September, Ruth left her chamber, Beirut exploded, the Redwoods were embers. If you need some help to remember, Kamala's how it's pronounced. It's a mean world, a dream world, enough to make you scream world. The innocence we lost ain't coming back. It's a sea change so strange. Every life gets rearranged. I don't know how this world got out of whack, and I ain't going back. October, November, we chose a contender, filled out our ballots, returned them to sender. Ignore the cries of the great pretender. Dreamy Joe won the race. The jester was caught in the Four Seasons line. The judges need proof and never got squat. By Christmas we lost more than we got. We screamed for the ball to come down. A New Year's coming, what more could go down? It's a dream world, a dream world, enough to make you scream world. The innocence we lost ain't coming back. It's a sea change so strange. Every life gets rearranged. I don't know how this world got out of whack. I ain't going back.
All right, there you have it. That is A Mean World 2020. Thank you, Melinda Ray, for the love in the tip jar tonight. Thank you, folks, for all the love that you have shown me over the past year. These shows will continue. I know we're getting closer to the light at the end of the tunnel, but the Traveling Medicine Show is going to be a weekly program, and probably going to shift from Friday night since I'll be on stage somewhere in the U.S. every Friday, but we might throw it on Wednesday nights, or maybe it'll be shifting, rotating, but I'm going to keep it up. It's too much fun and a great way to introduce some of the best songwriters in the country to you folks, so we'll keep on doing it like that as well. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to do one more song, our theme song by Mr. David Glaser, the late, great David Glaser. I wonder where you are tonight. Wonder if you're driving on a lonely concrete river in a raft of glass and steel. The darkness interrupted by lonely bright oasis, a full tank and a coffee in your bag behind the wheel. Long is the road that lies between us, and many other days since you've been gone. May the angel on your shoulder guide you safely through the night, and may the concrete river bring you home. May the concrete river bring you home. I wonder where you are tonight, wonder if you're happy. I'll say a little prayer, send it out across the miles. I hope you're in a special place with people there that love you. I hope you make it back to them before too long a while. Long is the road that lies between us, and many are the days since you've been gone. May the angel on your shoulder guide you safely through the night. May the concrete river bring you home. May the concrete river bring you home. It's that D9 chord. Lovely to be sitting with you guys again, as we always do. I'm going to play a little bit of music and sit with you a little bit longer here. Maybe we'll put on a little bit of, let's see. Well, we already played this once, but it's cued and ready to go. Let's do it. Oh, I've got to turn these things off. Hold on a minute. We'll get through this together. Here we go. Yeah, that's it. I think you probably sense how brilliant of a guy Steve is. He's just so good at what he does. And it was a pleasure to have him on the show tonight. I gotta hide these things out. Hold on a minute. Let's try this again. Where are you? All right, that'll take care. That'll take care of it. Damn it. Internal speakers. Press play. All right. I'm going to sit with you guys and drink a little bubbly water. Thank you, Nancy Chestnut. Thank you so much. And the other Nancy. Nancy's, I don't know how to pronounce that name properly. Stitham? Nancy, I got your check today. Thank you. We did a private show with Nancy, with her husband Bill, and thank you. I appreciated getting that in the mail today. So sending love to you. He sure is, man. This music scene that I'm in, filled with incredibly vibrant, fully realized, out there people with brilliant senses of humor and insight and joy. But I can see you, your brown skin shining in the sun. You got your hair combed back. Sending love to you guys. Frank, thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you, Rachel. I love hanging out with him. He's an amazing human being. Well, I have done. I did, what is that highway song? Carefree Highway. During one of the shows about highways. If you go back in the archive, you'll find it. You're going to be over on Patreon for it, but It's there, Nancy, and I love me some Gordo.
Remember how I made you scream? Now I don't understand what happened to our love.
You bring it every night, Liz.
But babe, I'm
Appreciate you guys being here.
gonna show
And your witty banter on the chat list. Thank you. Good night, Gail. Thanks for tuning in. We hope to see you in Florida sometime with a bottle of wine.
I see you walking really slow, smiling at everyone.
You're very welcome, Nancy. Thank you.
My love for you will still be strong after the boys are
Thank you, Michelle. It's a beautiful baby there. Don't forget about Sunday night. Going to be recreating that album, American Jukebox Fables. Going to have to rehearse tomorrow and Sunday. Get everything in line. Make it sharp. I'm looking for a new place to live, guys. I'm going to buy a house with Laurie, and we're looking around at places in Charlottesville. So this scene will change dramatically. Got a couple new members of Patreon tonight. Adam Poor, thank you for joining us tonight. There was another one as well. I think it was Amy. They come and they go. Thank you guys for the love in the tip jar, and thank you for supporting me over at Patreon. Promise to give you the best I got over there. The best of these new songs. You probably heard Tattoo Lady. That may be on the next record. Not sure yet. I'm looking at the song list. Debating about whether to put Mean World on the new album as well. Probably won't come out until fall. I don't know if that song will age well by then. Yeah, I've got more to write. Who knows? We'll see. Thank you, Craig. Karen, sending love to you. Thanks for tuning in. Got to do Indianapolis. You're right. It's been a long time since I played in town there. We'll set something up once this pandemic crap is over. Mary Ellen wants to hear that on. Signing off, guys. Don't forget on Sunday night. Don't forget Sunday night we will be doing American Jukebox Fables. Just me here and on Patreon. And sending the love to you guys. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you then. Cheers.